This season on Reality Rehab, 7 of your favorite reality TV superstars can't stop acting like the stereotypes they were turned into on your favorite shows. Based on Dr. Jenn's new book, Reality Bites Back, The Troubling Truth About Guilty Pleasure TV, in stores near you November 1st, they will emerge transformed and deprogrammed. All this and more, coming up this season on Reality Rehab.
Now, you've all enrolled for intensive deprogramming. You are no longer comfortable acting like the stereotypes that you were edited into on the reality shows that you've appeared on in the past. As the Executive Director of Women in Media and News, and as the author of the new book, Reality Bites Back, The Troubling Truth About Guilty Pleasure TV, I am here to guide you back to reality. I'm here to help you all overcome the myths that have been built around you.
I'd rather you just help me find a husband. I would make the best wife for, what's your name? I mean, because you would go to work and I would be at home and I would cook you this nice dinner and you would come home and I would take off your shoes and rub your feet and I would just, gosh, I would be a servant to you.
All right, I can get into this. I love a woman who knows her place, but marriage? I have a better idea. How about we do a threesome?
I can get it on with you. God, that's why I'm gonna die alone, isn't it? Because I'm not slutty enough. Okay, well, I can be really slutty.
Look, Desperate Bachelorette, when did you decide you were willing to sacrifice every last bit of your dignity just for some romantic crumbs from some douchebag you met 2 minutes ago on national TV?
Because I don't want to die alone. You always hear those horror stories, 40 and single. God, what if that's me? Every little girl dreams about her Prince Charming, about the big wedding and the white picket fence and the 2.5 kids and a dog. Why don't I get that? I mean, God, I look at my life, I am 24 years old and I'm still single. It makes me feel like a failure. And I just know that walking down the aisle would make my life complete.
You want to be paired up with some jerk you just met on national TV for life? All right, take your pick. We've got 2 choices for you. We've got douchebag guy and we've got gangster guy. Who do you want?
Those are my only options, aren't they?
No, actually, in real life, they're not your only options. But in reality TV, those are the only guys around. You can forget about decency, you can forget about humor and intelligence and charm and compassion, creativity, political awareness. None of that is important to the casting directors of these shows. All they think men need is a firm ass and a firm financial portfolio.
That's selling men short, isn't it?
It totally sells guys short. Nobody wins when women and men are portrayed in such a limiting way. But let's get back to our Bachelorette here. Let me ask you, when you were a kid and your mom was reading you all those fairy tales that you talked about, was the Prince Charming you dreamed about some egotistical, shallow dimwit who stuck his tongue down 25 other women's throats before he reluctantly settled for you?
No, honestly. I thought I'd meet someone smart and funny and trustworthy.
Did you ever meet anybody like that on the reality shows that you went on?
God, no, but I guess I forgot what I wanted when I was on Married by America. I mean, you walk in there and they just give you clothes and jewelry and there's jacuzzis and all the alcohol you could want. I just fell for the whole experience. I guess I lost a part of myself because, God, I never talked about prince and princesses before I went on The Bachelor.
Okay, good. So you don't want to be a princess. What do you want to be?
I have this idea for a pilot. It would be all these young journalists just hired at this newspaper, but the newspaper's failing because print is dying, right? So it's on them to recreate it. It would be like Murphy Brown on Twitter. And it would be really funny because, I mean, have you ever met bloggers? They're hilarious.
Wow, that sounds really interesting. Did you notice how happy you just sounded? I mean, you didn't sound desperate once when you were describing that project.
Dr. Jenn is so right. I mean, those Bachelor producers drilled that desperate crap into my head. Something fierce. I'm not desperate at all. I have a good career and friends and a life, and I deserve the person who's right for me, not just some guy, any guy. I think I can wait for that.